So I feel like the classic way of starting my videos will be with questions, because today I also do have one question for you. If I would come up to you and ask for $100, would you give it to me without no hesitation? You would probably ask me at least, why do I need this money? Who the hell am I? And whether am I planning to give it back to you? You would think very critically and very rationally about your money. And you do always. And money is a very valuable asset. We can't deny it. It gives you freedom. It gives you all the opportunities. It gives you a sense of peace. However, money you can always get back in a certain way. And if you work even harder, if you have a good idea, you can get multiple times of money back. You can always get more money. However, there is one asset that is way more valuable than money, and it's actually what you're giving me right now. It's your seconds of life. It's your time. And in this video, I'm going to share with you eye-opening ways of how to see your own time. Also, I'm going to tell you why it's so effective to think about spending your time in the same way as spending money from your pocket. Let's dive in. So, as I said, you can always make more money, but you can never make more time. Yet we spend our time like it's infinite. We spend it on scrolling, on scheduling things into our calendar that don't make us even happy. We spend it on things just not to feel guilty or just not to disappoint others. Yet, would you give money to someone else just to not feel guilty or not disappoint him? If you literally treated your time as you treat spending your money, would you spend it the same way? I'll give you 1 minute to think about it. And I'm gonna also think about it. Good, we can continue. So, also what to know and what to be aware of. The way how you spend your time is the type of life you live. If you spend your time on things that drain you, that make you angry, that trigger you in some way, you're probably spending the time on things that aren't aligned with your life. And you probably want to be more aware of that and be willing and be courageous to change that. If there would be one thing to remember out of this video, it's this: that time is almost the most valuable asset that you have. It's way more valuable than your money. So you should be actually even more hesitant to give away your time than giving away your money. I'm not saying give away now your money so that you can give away your time way easily. No, it's the opposite way. You really want to be stingy with your time. But I do have one very good thing to say. You can actually multiply in a way your time. When I say treat your time the way you treat your money, all I'm basically saying, be a Warren Buffett, but with your time. Treat your time as Warren Buffett treats his money. Invest it. Once you invest your time, it will be only something that is kept within you. The fact that you're watching knowledge videos like this, that you're watching videos that will make you more aware. This is a type of investment. We can compare it with you, instead of watching this video, being on TikTok for I don't know how many minutes this video is going to be, but let's say 15 minutes on TikTok. How you would feel. Let's compare these two feelings. Watching, it doesn't have to be me, it really can be anyone who is giving you a value. So watching this type of content or watching cat videos biting into each other. What do you think is investing and what do you think is scrolling and spending the time? What we want to do is mainly invest the time. And by investing the time, I mean spending it so that you feel more like yourself. You feel closer to your goal after you spend it, but in fact invest it into something. And it can be yourself, it can be your friends, your family that are non toxic, that are supportive, that know what you are talking about, that really are believing in you, and that you feel that they are believing in you, and that you feel that they support you. This is a type of investment. Learning, reading, type of investment. Taking a course, type of investment. Also, it's double investment. It's investment in your money and it's investment in your time as well. Whereas, and now I'm really plainly talking about television, about scrolling mindlessly throughout any social media. The social media were created so that you get addicted to it. So be the one who realizes that and who is aware of that. Because the social media know, I know that now I'm talking on a social media, but you have different types of content and you know that. And what I'm most likely stressing here is that social media know and algorithm also knows that their only goal is to keep you there for as long as possible. And I don't know if this video will be actually in algorithm because now I'm hating it, but we will see how many views this video will get. But what I'm here to say is that you need to be aware of this, of the fact that if you aren't aware, anyone else will be aware of you not being aware and he will take advantage of that. And so you wouldn't just randomly give $100 to Facebook. You wouldn't just randomly give 100 to TikTok. Yet you would give them your 1 hour, 60 minutes of such a valuable asset that you could have invested into reading. How does it feel? But as any of my videos, we're going to get into the practical things. We're going to apply things in our life so that we are becoming more aware and more likely ourselves and more authentic. And so here are the 3 steps on how to get out of this circle and to a little bit switch the mindset and to get very comfortable of thinking about your time as you think about your money. If you want to treat your time the same way you treat your money, you gotta, I bet you somewhat have your budget. If you don't, it's okay, because your time budget is way more important. So take your week, for example, and audit your week, audit your time. For this, I really recommend you like going through the resistance and going through the, oh, I don't want to do that. Why it's like, this seems so freaking unnecessary. But I strongly recommend to at least 1 week track your time And you don't have to track it by writing it down, because I really recommend, and what I did and what really helped me to kind of like wake up from this mindless spending of time, what really helped me is an application for just really recording what are you doing in a certain time. When I say track, I mean track everything, like your whole 24 hours. It's gonna feel weird. It's gonna feel like you're a robot, or that, like, who the hell are you? But it will really, at the end of the week, will give you the whole picture of your life, because your weeks together are your life. And most probably, no one really wants to do that for 1 month straight. So 1 week is enough. But I have a great application that I've done that, and I'm actually doing it until now. I really got this habit of tracking my time, because it's literally as if I was tracking my spending. You really want to develop this type of approach to spending your time. If you really want to spend it as effectively as you want, if you want to just improve it, you don't have to do that. There's like no pressure. You don't really have to do it. But as I'm saying, this is just a tool. So the amount of effort you will put it in, the amount of results you will get. So just be aware of that. But otherwise, you can do what feels most natural for you, or you can do, if you want to go all in, you can just go all in and just track the whole month, and then you can analyze it, the amount of effort you put into, the amount of preciseness you will get out of that. The idea is, you wake up, you make coffee, you can do like morning routine, yeah, for anything that is part of your morning routine. You don't have to be like putting on makeup, making coffee, making breakfast, this and that. Also traveling, like traveling to work, traveling to school. um, it's really good to just make like one part of preparing and traveling, or preparing and transport. And this will make up, or at least for me, I found that this is really um, making a very huge part of my life, of traveling or transporting myself from point A to point B, and morning routine, and generally preparing. So I feel like my life is just whole preparing. But I got the idea of what I'm spending my time the most. Also, don't try to be a very good, like, if you, this is also connected with, once there is a psychological experiment, for example, and people know that they are that someone is tracking them or watching them, they behave a little bit differently, better than they would normally. Behave as you really behave every week. Be honest with yourself. This is one of the value that we want to deliver. Honesty towards others, but mainly towards ourselves. So don't bend any of your behaviors. Don't bend your time on Instagram. If you want to really scroll through Instagram, scroll through it. It's okay, but track it. Also, what is true, that now that I have come out of the phase of analyzing, where I really tracked every minute, like on Instagram or on TikTok, and I stopped tracking it like as if I was watching myself and I'm really like living it. There is a good probability that you will be less likely to go on Instagram, or to spend your time as much on Instagram as you would, or as any other social media. I don't know why I'm still talking about Instagram, but the thing is that you will need to track it. So you will be like, whew, like, you will be intentional about your time more once you track it. And so tracking your time is one of those things. It's a game changer. I really believe in this. And if you want to drastically get your eyes opened, do that. For 1 week, push through it. There was like first week of me analyzing my time was really a pain in, but I don't think that I could have started any better than by this. It's really called a self-audit when it comes to time. So track it and you will see your biggest expenditure, and then you can think about it more, and then you can be more intentional about your time in general. So this is the first step. The second thing here is set boundaries. Know that the thing you're saying yes to, you're automatically saying no to all these other things that were opportunities for you. And so, what we want to do is, let's say, we want to think economically so that we want to be really efficient here. And if you say yes to something, you want the second best thing to be worse, to feel like less of an opportunity than the first thing. Okay? Or it doesn't have to be measured in a terms of opportunity. It can be really just the feeling of hell yes, I want to go there, versus I should go there, so I'm gonna go there. Yeah, it means that your second next option is worse. That's all that matters. Like your second next best option is worse. This is what it means. And so we always want to, no matter what, we don't really care about if anyone will be disappointed, if anyone will be angry. We don't really care about it unless it's a meeting and we're kind of forced to go there, even though it could have been an email. But, now what I'm really talking about is when it's your free time and you are the director of your time. No one else is. And so don't let anyone else to be director of your time. How could you do that? Would you give your bank account to be led or to be directed by someone else? It's the same thing. Final and third step is invest in what fuels you. This means invest in things that make you feel alive. Go where you're curious. Go where it feels like your life is just a freaking fairy tale. Whether it is a dance class, whether it is a music concert, whether it is anything that really fills your heart, that makes you more grateful on this planet. Go there or talk to that person. And really, this is also connected with taking risks, not risks that would be harmful, but risks in a sense of, if you have an opportunity but you're scared, but it's an opportunity that your rational self knows it might be a little game changer for you, you have to go there. Like it shouldn't be a discussion between your low self-esteem and between your best version of yourself that knows that you should go there. Go there, you will get through it, you will get an incredible experience, an incredible knowledge, and you will never ever regret it. So always go there, even if you're scared as hell. It will always pay off because it's an investment. Right now, with all these methods that I shared with you, you have a choice. You can start to be more aware of how you spend your time. You can start to become this Warren Buffett like investor, but in terms of your time. Or you can just go on and spend it like you spend it normally. Scroll through TikTok, do anything on Instagram you want. do whatever you want, watch the television, but then don't be complaining and don't be surprised that there's something still wrong because you haven't taken the action. That's why I'm saying that these videos aren't for people that want to just nod their heads. It's really for people that are hungry, that are just driven by the fact that they are done with living where they were past years. So if you really want to take your power back, apply these 3 steps, and then you can also share in the comments. Or if you failed, that's also okay, because failure, there's nothing like failure than quitting. For me. For me, if you have failed while trying, it has never been a fail. It was try. And it is normal to not be successful the first time. Only fail is to quit. So keep trying. One day it will get there. Be stubborn with that, okay? I hope that this video gave you a value, that this video will give you more of a awakening call and a little shift in the mindset of how you think about your time, because it's your biggest asset and your most important one. And yeah, I hope that you'll enjoy the rest of your day and stay awesome, and see you next week. Bye.